A heavenly door just unlocked. Archangel Michael is standing by it, waiting for your yes. Time is running out. My beloved child, the sky has been holding its breath for far too long, and today something finally breaks. A soft crack in the unseen world, a shift you were never meant to ignore. And you, yes, you are standing at the center of it, even if you can't feel it yet. Because tonight, a door in the heavens moves for the first time in ages. But let me take you back to the moment it began. It happens in silence. No lightning. No roaring thunder. No trembling ground. Just a faint pulse, like a heartbeat echoing through the fabric of existence. At first, you think it's your imagination. Some strange rhythm in your chest. But what you don't know is that this pulse isn't coming from you. It's coming for you. Somewhere beyond the edge of your world, a massive gate, older than any language, older than the memory of creation, unlocks. A golden seam appears, splitting the endless horizon of eternity. The crack widens, slow but unstoppable, like light finding its way through darkness. And right there in the center of that glowing threshold, Archangel Michael waits. Not with a sword raised. Not with wings spread wide in intimidation. But standing tall, calm, patient, like a warrior who already knows the ending of a battle you haven't even stepped into. His eyes, bright like burning sapphire, search for one thing. Your yes. Because your name, your true heavenly name, echoed through the door the moment it unlocked. And that's why none of this is random. Nothing in your life lately has been random. A delays. A confusion. A sudden heaviness you can never explain. The restless nights. The dreams you don't fully remember. The feeling that something is calling you. It was all building to this moment. But here's the part that will shake you. Heaven does not open a door unless someone on earth is ready for transformation. And that someone is you. Michael stands guard not because the door is dangerous, but because what lies behind it requires strength. Your strength. He won't push you. He won't drag you. He simply waits, offering protection, clarity, and courage. Yet there is a reason urgency rises in the air around him. Time is slipping. Not in a fearful way, but in a divine way. Like an hourglass that turns only once in a lifetime. The alignment that opened this door will last forever. When it closes, the opportunity closes with it. And heaven never forces what the soul is not ready to choose. But you are closer to your yes than you think. Let me show you why. Think of the recent moments when something inside you whispered that you were meant for more. Meant to rise. Meant to break old patterns. Meant to walk into a life that finally feels like it fits you. Think about the sudden awareness that you cannot stay the same anymore. These weren't coincidences. They were signals. When Michael appears, he appears only for life-changing reasons, and right now, he is closer than breath. He is watching you with a warrior's patience, knowing what you cannot yet see. That the moment you step forward, your story shifts in a way your past cannot interfere with, and your fear cannot erase. Imagine him standing at that golden crack in the heavens, wings unfolding like dawn breaking open the night. Light pours around him, moving like liquid fire, wrapping the doorway in a divine glow. Every inch of that light carries truth, truth about who you are beyond the world's noise. Beyond your scars, beyond the limits you were taught to believe. He is not waiting for a perfect version of you. He is waiting for the real you, the one who has suffered, survived, broken, risen, doubted, and yet still hopes. Your yes is the signal. The door responds to choice, not perfection. And here's something deeper. When Archangel Michael shows up at a door, it means the path ahead is protected, even if it looks uncertain. He is the guardian of thresholds. He doesn't appear at the end of a journey. He appears at the beginning. Always. Because every destiny begins with a door and every door begins with a yes. You might feel something right now, a pull in your chest, a strange calm. Or maybe even a spark of fear. But that fear, it's just the last echo of your old life trying to convince you that you don't deserve something new. You do. You always did. Michael sees what you cannot yet believe about yourself. The real question is not whether the door will stay open. The real question is whether you will step toward it before the moment passes. The moment is passing. Slowly. Quietly. But surely. This is not meant to scare you. It's meant to awaken you. A divine countdown has already begun. Before this part ends, look at your life for just one moment. Look at everything that felt heavy, strange, or out of place lately. Look at the sudden shifts. Look at the signs you tried to ignore. You weren't imagining anything. The door unlocked because your soul reached a point it cannot return from. Michael knows that. He's waiting. He will wait forever. And what happens next depends on one choice, your yes or your hesitation. Something much bigger is coming. Stay with me, a strange quiet settles over the world around you. The kind of quiet that feels alive, almost breathing, as if the air itself is waiting for what you will decide next. And without warning, something shifts inside you. Not a thought. Not a feeling. But a realization that rises like a hidden truth breaking the surface. It is the awareness that the moment unfolding before you is not ordinary. Not accidental. Not something that will return once it slips away. The unseen realm is leaning closer, listening, watching, hoping that your heart will hear what your eyes cannot yet see. As you stand in this invisible crossroads, the glow from the heavenly doorway becomes stronger. It expands outward, reaching for you as though the light itself recognizes you. It flickers like a memory of something you once knew but forgot somewhere along your timeline. And within that expanding radiance, Archangel Michael's presence becomes clearer, not like a distant figure in the mist, but like someone stepping out of the veil and into your very reality. His expression isn't stern or demanding. Instead, it carries an understanding so deep it shakes something loose in your spirit. He has seen every moment where you tried to rise. He has witnessed every moment where you nearly gave up. And he knows exactly why this door opened now. The space around him vibrates with a gentle intensity, like a psalm on the edge of being heard. It doesn't use words, yet somehow it speaks directly to your soul, it tells you that nothing in your life recently has been random. The heaviness, the confusion, the sudden bursts of clarity that faded as quickly as they came, the feeling that your life was preparing for a shift you couldn't describe. These were not coincidences. They were signals, coded messages from the divine realm guiding you toward this very doorway. Michael's wings unfurl slightly, catching the golden light behind him, creating shadows that dance across the invisible threshold. His presence carries strength, but not the kind that intimidates. It is the kind that supports, the kind that stands beside you when the world feels too heavy. He is the reminder that you were never meant to walk into your destiny unprotected. He is the reassurance that even in your silent battles, you were never truly alone. You feel something unexpected, calmness mixed with a rush of anticipation. He's as if your soul recognizes that something ancient, something promised, something deeply personal is taking shape. You can almost sense the door calling to the deepest part of you. The part that remembers who you are beyond fears, beyond doubts, beyond the limits placed on you by others. The door doesn't call to your wounds. It calls to your potential, and Michael stands might not to guard you from danger, but to protect your path forward. He watches you closely, and in his gaze you see a truth you have rarely allowed yourself to believe. You are more powerful, more capable, more chosen than you realize. And maybe, for the first time, you begin to believe it. Maybe that is the real reason this door opened. Maybe heaven unlocked it because you are finally standing at the edge of the transformation you were always meant to step into. But within this moment, a quiet urgency lingers. Not fear. Not force. Just a soft reminder that divine windows do not remain open forever. The alignment that created this opportunity is rare, once in a lifetime rare. And whether you step forward or step back will shape the course of your story in ways you may not fully understand until much later. That is why Michael waits. He will not residential you, he will not push you. But neither will he hold the door open beyond the appointed time. Heaven honors free will too deeply for that. As the light continues to spill into your world, something inside you stirs. A desire to move, to choose, to break free from everything that has held you back. You feel the weight of your past loosening. The grip of old patterns fading. It is like standing at the edge of a new beginning, one that has been calling your name long before you ever knew it existed. Michael senses the shift within you and his wings settle quietly at his sides as if he knows a crucial moment is near. He lifts his hand, not commanding but offering. It is a gesture of guidance, of support, of partnership. The message is silent, but unmistakable. You don't have to walk through the door alone. You don't have to face the unknown without protection. You don't have to pretend to be stronger than you feel. You just have to choose to step forward. And as your heart beats a little faster, as the light grows brighter, as the door seems to pulse with life itself, something else becomes clear. You were never meant to stumble into this moment by chance. You were brought here with intention. You were prepared for this without even realizing it. And now, the next step is waiting for you to take it. But before you move, before you decide, before you surrender to the calling of the doorway, take a breath. Feel the presence around you. Feel the truth rising within you. And if this journey feels powerful, if this message resonates in your soul, make sure to share it, comment your thoughts, and subscribe so you don't miss what comes next, because the transformation unfolding here is bigger than you can imagine. And someone else might be waiting for the sign you are receiving right now. Let your voice be part of the light that guides others forward. Stay with me. Something enormous is approaching. My beloved child, the air around you begins to change as the glow from the heavenly doorway stretches farther into your world, almost as if the light itself is reaching out with intention, with awareness, with purpose. You can feel it brushing against your skin like warm wind, but deeper, almost touching the parts of you that you usually keep hidden. It is a light that does not just illuminate, it reveals. And in that gentle, wordless revelation, you sense something rising inside you that you haven't felt in a long time. The feeling that something extraordinary is about to unfold. Archangel Michael stands silently by the threshold, but his silence is not empty. It carries meaning, depth, and unspoken truth. His presence fills the space like a steady heartbeat, grounding you even as everything around you begins to feel more surreal. His wings, glowing softly with strips of divine fire, shift with a calmness that feels protective. The light reflects off them like ripples moving across water, and each ripple seems to send a message straight into your spirit. You are not lost, you are not forgotten, and this moment was written for you long before you ever reached it. Every step you take closer to the doorway makes the world around you blur just a little. Not visually, but emotionally. The things that used to feel overwhelming begin to lose their power. The fears that used to grip your heart loosen. The memories that used to haunt you seem to fade into the background. It is not that they disappear, it is simply that they no longer define your direction. Something else, something higher, is pulling you forward now, and Michael knows it. He watches you the way a guardian watches someone on the brink of awakening. Not with worry, not with impatience, but with the calm certainty of someone who has seen countless souls step into their destiny and knows exactly what you are capable of becoming. In his gaze, you see a reflection of strength you didn't know was yours. You see courage you never claimed. You see clarity you have been craving for so long. And for the first time, you begin to understand that this door did not unlock because heaven suddenly decided to intervene. It unlocked because your soul reached a point where transformation was inevitable. The ground beneath you feels different now, almost vibrating with anticipation. Every breath you take feels deeper, fuller, more intentional. You begin to sense that stepping toward this door is not just about moving forward. It's about leaving something behind, something heavy, something old, something that no longer belongs to the future you are meant to step into. Your past is whispering to you. But heaven is calling louder. Michael lifts his head slightly, sensing the tension in your heart, the part of you that wants to leap and the part of you that hesitates. He knows this inner conflict well. It is the conflict that comes with every divine turning point, every moment where the soul must decide between the comfort of familiarity and the courage of destiny. And he doesn't judge you for feeling it. He simply stands there, strong and unmovable, letting you borrow his strength until you find your own. The heavenly door pulses again, a deep, resonant thrum that seems to echo through your chest. It feels alive, a last breathing, as if it is aware of your presence, your struggles. Your longing for something more. A soft, Warm breeze flows from it, carrying the scent of something indescribable, like hope, like renewal, like a future that has been waiting for you. And in that scent, you sense something profound. Whatever is on the other side of this door is not here to take from you. It is here to restore what was lost. You take another step forward, and in that moment, fragments of your past rise in your mind. Moments of pain, disappointment, betrayal, confusion. Moments where you tried to rise and fell again. Moments where you felt unseen, unheard, unprotected. But instead of dragging you backward, these memories begin to feel like stepping stones. You begin to realize that every single one of them led you here. They didn't break you. They prepared you. The light from the doorway intensifies, wrapping the entire scene in a glow so powerful that you almost instinctively close your eyes. But Michael's voice, soft and steady, reaches you like a whisper carried on the wind. He doesn't speak with words that your ears can hear. He speaks with impressions, with truth that settles directly into your heart. And the message is unmistakable. You already have everything you need to move forward. You were never meant to stay where you are. You were created for moments like this, moments that shift your destiny in ways you cannot yet understand. You feel your heartbeat sync with the rhythm of the doorway. And for a moment, everything else fades. No fear. No doubt. Just clarity. Yes, purpose. Just the undeniable sense that heaven is not asking you to be fearless. It is asking you to be willing. You open your eyes, and Michael is still there, still waiting. But now you notice something different. The urgency in the atmosphere is growing. The door's glow is bright, but you can sense the faintest tremor in the air, a reminder that divine moments are not permanent, they require action. They require choice. And as the countdown continues, the question becomes louder. Will you step forward, or will you let the moment pass? Before you decide, breathe. Feel the shift happening in your spirit. Feel the pull of the doorway. Feel the strength of Michael beside you. And if this journey is touching your soul, if these words resonate deeply, stay connected. Don't wander away from this unfolding transformation. Don't skip. Something life-changing is approaching. My beloved child, the moment you open your eyes fully to the scene unfolding before you, something inside you sharpens. Your awareness heightens. Your senses stretch, and your spirit feels as though it has stepped beyond the limits of the physical world. The glow of the heavenly doorway no longer feels distant or symbolic. It feels real, live, pulsing, breathing as though it holds a heartbeat of its own. The air around you thickens, saturated with a sacred weight that makes the very atmosphere feel holy. Each breath you take now feels like it carries both your past and your possible future, suspended in delicate balance. Archangel Michael stands unwavering at the threshold, the radiance around him growing more brilliant with every passing moment. His wings arch behind him like a living sunrise, each feather illuminated with an inner fire that seems to shift and shimmer with purpose. He does not move hastily. He does not speak loudly. He does not demand anything from you. And yet, his presence alone feels like a thunderous call to the deepest chambers of your soul. His eyes, clear, steady, impossibly ancient, lock onto yours. And in that gaze you feel something breaking open inside you. It is not fear. It is recognition. It is as though some forgotten part of your soul remembers him, remembers the soundless promise he made long before you took your first breath. As you stand before the glowing doorway, you notice something you did see before. The light is shifting subtly, swirling as though responding to your emotions. When doubt flickers inside you, the light dims ever so slightly. When courage rises, the glow strengthens, reaching toward you like a hand outstretched. It is almost as if the doorway itself is listening, not to your words, but to the silent decisions forming in the quietest parts of your heart. Heaven does not force. Heaven invites. And this doorway is waiting for your answer with more patience than the world has ever shown you. Michael senses the complexity in your mind, the tug-of-war between longing and hesitation. He steps forward, just one gentle step, and with that movement the energy around you shifts. It feels as though the ground steadies beneath your feet and your heartbeat settles into a calmer rhythm. His presence is not overwhelming. It is grounding. He is not here to push you into something unknown. He is here to help you see what your soul already knows, that you are standing before a moment designed for your transformation. Your thoughts drift through memories you tried to forget. Moments where everything felt too heavy, days where your strength ran thin, times when you questioned whether anything in your life would ever change. These memories rise not to haunt you, but to reveal something you didn't realize. You survived them. You carried yourself through storms no one else fully understood. You endured nights that felt endless. And despite the weight of everything you faced, something inside you kept searching for light. That something is the reason this doorway has opened. A breeze flows out from the heavenly threshold, warm and soft, brushing against your skin like the touch of something loving and eternal. It carries with it the scent of renewal. Clean, pure, indescribable. It wraps around you gently, almost as if the doorway itself is trying to soothe your doubts, to remind you that what awaits on the other side is not destruction, but restoration. You feel it settle on your shoulders like a mantle of peace, and for the fear that once clung to you feels distant, almost powerless. Michael's wings shift slightly, catching the light in a way that paints the space around him with shimmering gold. In that glow, you sense a message that needs no words. You are ready, even if you don't feel ready. You are chosen, even if you don't feel worthy. You are meant for this moment, even if you don't understand why. Heaven is not waiting for you to become perfect. Heaven is waiting for you to become willing. You step forward instinctively, drawn not by force, but by the undeniable pull of your own destiny. The moment your foot moves closer to the glowing threshold, the light expands, as though responding to your courage. It wraps around your ankles, your hands, your breath, your heartbeat. You feel the energy shift again, subtle but powerful, like a door inside your spirit unlocking in sync with the one before you, and yet, the urgency in the air begins to intensify. Time is thinning. The window is narrowing. You feel it, not as a threat, but as a whisper of truth. This moment is rare. It will not wait forever. Divine alignments are as precise as the stars that govern them. Heaven opens doors at specific times for specific souls with specific purposes. This is not coincidence. This is orchestration. Your heart knows it. You feel it in the quiet spaces of your chest, in the places where intuition speaks louder than thought, thumping inside. You keep saying, "This is it. This is the turning point. This is the moment everything changes." Michael raises one hand, not commanding but inviting. The gesture holds a promise. You will not walk alone. You will not step into the unknown without protection. His presence is a shield, a guide, a companion through whatever transformation is waiting for you. Before the moment shifts again, take a breath. Feel the truth pulsing around you. Feel the call rising inside you. And if this journey is touching your soul, if these words feel like they were meant for you, don't keep this light to yourself. Share this message with someone who might need it. Leave a comment with what you're feeling right now. And make sure you subscribe so you stay connected to the unfolding path, because the transformation ahead is bigger than anything you've imagined. Stay till the end. Something unimaginable is drawing closer. My beloved child, as you stand before the radiant threshold, something inside you begins to shift in a way that is both subtle and overwhelmingly powerful. The light from the heavenly door grows warmer, wrapping around you with a softness that feels like memory. Like something once lost returning home. You can feel your heartbeat syncing with the rhythm of the doorway's blow, slow and steady, as if your soul is already crossing long before your body moves. The atmosphere thickens with a sacred stillness, the kind that makes the entire world feel paused, as if creation itself is waiting for the decision forming inside you. Archangel Michael remains unmoving, yet more alive than anything you've ever seen. His wings are folded with the kind of patience that transcends time. But his eyes, those deep, ancient blue flames, watch you with unwavering attention. There is no rush in his expression, yet the urgency in the air becomes impossible to ignore. He is not the urgency of fear, he is the urgency of destiny. The kind that whispers, "You were born for this moment," even when every doubt inside you tries to deny it. The ground beneath you vibrates gently, like the resonance of a distant drum echoing through the unseen realms. It feels like a call, not a command, not a threat, but an invitation woven into the fabric of your being. And as this energy rises, your mind drifts through memories you tried to outrun for years. You see moments of heartbreak, moments of confusion, moments where you felt small and unseen, yet in this divine light, these memories no longer appear as failures. They look like stepping stones, each one shaping you, molding you, preparing you for this very threshold. Michael senses the pull of your past tugging at your heart. His hand, steady and strong, lifts slightly toward you. He doesn't stretch it out fully, he doesn't reach for you as if you're fragile. Instead, he offers it like a guide offering direction, like a guardian reminding you that you are not walking into the unknown unprotected. His presence carries a certainty beyond reason, the kind that dissolves fear without needing to speak a single word. A breeze flows from the doorway, warmer now, carrying with it the faint scent of something indescribable, like the first breath of dawn after a long night. It wraps around you delicately, calming your mind while stirring your spirit. In that breeze, you feel a gentle pressure in your chest, almost like your soul is being nudged forward, not pushed, encouraged, to burden, gone. Your thoughts drift again, but this time toward the dreams you buried, the ones you told yourself were impossible, impractical, unrealistic. In the presence of this heavenly light, those dreams no longer feel unreachable. They feel like whispers of your original purpose resurfacing after being silenced by fear and doubt. Heaven is not asking you to chase fantasy. Heaven is reminding you of identity. Your identity, one that has been overshadowed by earthly struggles for far too long. The doorway pulses brighter. And for a moment the world behind you fades into silence. No noise, no distraction, no weight from the outside world. It is as if heaven is giving you a glimpse of freedom, showing you what life could feel like if you stepped into alignment with the truth waiting on the other side. You feel warmth filling the spaces inside you that have been cold for years. The heaviness in your chest begins to dissolve, replaced by a rising energy that feels something like hope, but stronger, purer, more grounded. Michael shifts slightly, and the light around him expands with new intensity. He looks at you with a depth that makes your breath catch. In his gaze, you see everything you've forgotten about yourself. Your resilience, your purpose, your light. You see the version of you heaven always knew you would become. And suddenly, the hesitation in your heart feels thinner, weaker, less convincing. Because in front of you stands not just an angel, but the very embodiment of divine clarity, waiting for the moment you realize that this doorway didn't open by accident. It opened because your soul has reached its threshold of awakening. You take another step forward. The ground beneath you grows warmer, more alive, as though acknowledging your movement. The doorway widens slightly, the golden seam brightening with your courage. Every inch you move closer feels like shedding a layer of the life that held you captive for too long. Your burdens begin to feel lighter. Your fears begin to feel smaller. Your destiny begins to feel nearer. And then something unexpected happens. The light from the doorway reaches forward, stretching like a ribbon of gold, brushing against your fingertips. The moment it touches you, a flood of emotion rushes through you. Not sadness, not fear, but recognition. Deep, soul-level recognition. The kind that makes your heart ache and expand at the same time. You feel as if you are remembering something ancient, something you once knew but lost somewhere along the journey. Michael watches carefully, and a gentle nod forms on his face. Not approval, not pressure, but acknowledgement. You are closer than ever. The divine window is open. The countdown continues, and heaven is holding its breath. Before you take the next step, pause. Feel the shift inside you. Feel the truth rising. Feel the future pulling you forward. And stay with me. Something extraordinary is drawing even nearer. My beloved child, the moment that golden light touched your fingertips, something ancient awakened inside you. Something older than fear, older than doubt, older than the story you have lived so far. It feels like a spark igniting in the deepest place within your spirit. A place that has been waiting quietly, patiently, for the exact moment you're experiencing now. The energy flowing from the heavenly doorway intensifies. Warm and rhythmic, as if the door itself recognizes your soul and is responding to it. You can feel it moving through you in waves, dissolving heaviness, pulling truth to the surface, and preparing you for what comes next. Archangel Michael's presence grows brighter, not in a blinding way but in a comforting way. the way a sunrise gently melts away the darkness. His wings shift, and with that movement comes a soft hum through the atmosphere, a vibration that settles into your chest like a promise. He watches you with an expression that holds more understanding than any human language could ever describe. His gaze is steady, patient, but there is also a quiet urgency beneath it. Reminder that this moment is rare, divine, and quickly approaching a point of no return. Not a threatening point, but a decisive one. A turning point. You feel the doorway respond again. The glow expands, no longer a distant light, but something that feels almost close enough to step into. It pulses like a heartbeat, syncing with yours, calling you forward in a language that bypasses your mind and speaks directly to your soul. You can sense that the door is not merely opening to a new season of your life. It is opening to an entirely new identity, one that has been waiting on the other side of your trials, your tears, and your silent battles. A warm wind flows from the threshold, brushing against your face as gently as the touch of a loved one. In that wind, you sense layers of old energy peeling away, old disappointments, old fears, old versions of yourself that carried weight you didn't deserve. They fall off you like dust shaken from worn-out fabric. You feel lighter, clearer, more aligned with something pure and powerful. This doorway is not here to judge you. It is here to free you. Michael's wings extend slowly, and the movement fills the atmosphere with a soft golden shimmer. His voice doesn't come through sound, yet you feel it as clearly as if he whispered directly into your heart. It is a message of reassurance, of protection, of unshakable guidance. He reminds you, without a single word, that you do not have to cross this threshold alone. He is here to guard your steps, to stand beside you, to shield you from what you cannot see. And suddenly, the fear of the unknown doesn't feel so paralyzing anymore. It begins to feel like possibility. Your heart pulls forward again, and as you take another small step, the ground beneath you shifts in energy. It feels almost alive, humming with divine alignment. Every inch closer feels like stepping out of an old version of yourself. You feel threads of old pain loosening their grip, threads of old beliefs unraveling, threads of old wounds releasing their hold on your spirit. For the first time in a long time, you feel like you are moving towards something instead of away from something. Your mind drifts to the people, places, and memories that shaped you, not with bitterness but with clarity. You begin to understand the purpose behind certain difficult seasons, the reason certain doors closed. The meaning behind the loneliness that seemed endless. Every moment was leading you here, not to break you but to prepare you. Every tear watered the ground you're standing on. Every setback sharpened the wisdom you carry now. Every disappointment directed your path toward this divine invitation. The doorway glows brighter, almost impatiently, as if responding to the shift happening inside you. You feel a warmth in your chest that intensifies with every breath. It is not anxiety. It is readiness. Readiness to release what has weighed you down. Readiness to claim what was meant for you. Readiness to step where heaven is guiding you. Michael takes one slow, deliberate step closer to the threshold. His wings fold behind him, forming a halo of light around the doorway. His posture changes, not commanding, not demanding, but welcoming. He is prepared to walk with you through the opening the moment you say yes. His presence radiates strength, the kind of strength that doesn't overshadow you but rather fills the spaces where your own might falter. And yet, the urgency continues to grow. You feel it in the rhythm of the light, in the pressure of the atmosphere, in the tightening of time around you. The window is still open, but not for long. This is a divine intersection, and intersections don't last forever. They require courage. They require intention, they require choice. Before you move again, your spirit whispers something. You are not the same person who began this journey. You are rising. You are awakening. You are stepping into the version of yourself heaven always knew you would become, and my beloved child, if this journey is stirring something deep within you, if you feel the pull of this moment, if your heart knows this message was meant for you, then share your thoughts with others who might be standing before their own invisible doorway. Leave a comment so that your voice becomes part of the light guiding someone else. And make sure you subscribe so you stay connected to each unfolding chapter, because what is coming next is far too powerful to miss. Stay with me. Something monumental is on its way. My beloved child, the atmosphere shifts again as you stand on the edge of a moment that feels bigger than anything your life has ever held. The golden doorway before you breathes like a living entity, its glow expanding and contracting in a rhythm that mirrors your own heartbeat. The air feels charged, alive, vibrating with a sacred energy that wraps around you like a warm cloak. There is a stillness here, not the stillness of emptiness, but the stillness of anticipation, as if every particle in creation is quietly watching, waiting for the decision rising inside you. Archangel Michael stands unwavering at the threshold, his presence growing more radiant. More grounded, more real than anything you've ever experienced. His wings settle behind him like vast curtains of light, pulsing with strength and purity. He does not rush you, yet there is something in his stance that tells you the moment is approaching its final phase. His eyes, those piercing, eternal, sapphire flames hold yours with a depth that makes your breath tremble. In that gaze, you feel something inside you crack open, not in pain but in revelation. You are seen, fully, deeply, without distortion. You are known in a way no earthly relationship has ever allowed you to feel. The world behind you seems to fade, the sounds muffling, the weight of your past growing dimmer as though heaven itself is gently pulling you forward. The glow from the doorway spills across your feet, curling up your legs, wrapping around your torso, reaching for your very soul. You feel it settling into your bones, warm and soft and ancient. It feels like a home you never knew you lost. It feels like truth. As you stand there, memories rise again, not as pain, not as wounds but as chapters. You see moments when you whispered prayers in the dark, not knowing if anyone heard. You see nights when you cried quietly so no one would notice. You see days when you pretended to be strong while falling apart inside. Each memory floats around the gold and glow like leaves carried by a gentle wind, and you realize something you hadn't understood until now. None of those moments were wasted, none of them disqualified you. In fact, they shaped the strength that now pulses in your chest. They prepared you for the doorway that only opens for souls who have survived storms they never deserved. Michael steps lightly to the side, giving you a clear view of the threshold. It widens with your every breath, as if inviting you deeper into something unimaginable. Behind it, you cannot see a clear path, only light, vast and endless, stretching into a horizon that doesn't resemble anything earthly. But even without seeing what lies beyond, you sense it. You feel the freedom, the renewal, the calling. You feel the version of yourself waiting there. The version unburdened, unbroken, unafraid. The warm breeze flows again, stronger this time, brushing through your hair and against your cheeks like a caress from something divine. It brings with it a feeling of weightlessness, almost as if the grief you have carried for years dissolves molecule by molecule. You breathe in, and the air tastes different, cleaner, purer, more vibrant. It feels like inhaling the beginning of everything. Michael watches the transformation happening inside you. Though he does not speak, the message radiating from him is unmistakable. You are closer than ever. The moment you step forward, the heavens will shift in your favor. The unseen realms will move to support your new path. The burdens you once carried will fall behind you like shadows that cannot follow you into the light. But with that divine promise comes a quiet truth. The window is narrowing, the door, though open wide, will not remain open indefinitely. You sense it in the slight tremble of the air, in the subtle tightening of time, in the pulse of the golden seam. This is not a threat, it is simply the nature of sacred moments. They are invitations, not obligations, and invitations must be accepted before they expire. You place your hand over your chest and feel your own heartbeat pounding, not in fear but in awakening. For the first time, you feel ready, not because everything makes sense, but because something deeper than logic is guiding you. It is the pull of destiny, the whisper of your soul, the alignment of heaven responding to your willingness. The light from the doorway brightens again, growing so intense that it seems to blend with your own inner glow. You are not just standing before the door, amor. You are becoming part of the moment, part of the shift, part of the unfolding transformation. You feel Michael's presence at your side, strong and protective, and suddenly the fear of stepping forward feels smaller, weaker, almost irrelevant. The truth settles within you like a quiet dawn. You were never meant to stay where you have been. You were always meant to rise. To evolve, to walk into the version of yourself heaven dreamed of when your soul was first created. You feel a shiver move through your body, not of cold, but of absolute clarity. This is not the end of a chapter. This is the rewriting of your entire story. The door pulses one final time, a powerful heartbeat of divine energy that shakes the air around you. You feel it in your spirit. You feel it in your bones. You feel it in the part of you that finally knows something enormous is about to unfold if you say yes. Don't skiv. Something breathtaking is coming. My beloved child, the moment the golden pulse from the dory settles into your spirit, something extraordinary settles with it. A calm unlike any calm you've ever known. It isn't the silence of emptiness or the stillness of a moment where nothing is happening. No, this calm feels alive, like the quiet just before a miracle arises. The atmosphere thickens again, humming with a soft, layered vibration that you can feel inside your ribs, inside your breath, inside your thoughts. You have stepped so close to the threshold that the light no longer seems separate from you. It surrounds you, wraps around you, and almost folds into the shape of your own essence, as though heaven is slowly preparing you for what comes next. Archangel Michael remains beside the doorway, and though he has not spoken a single earthly word, you feel him communicating in the realm beyond language. His presence is strong but gentle, powerful but peaceful, ancient but familiar. His eyes remain locked on you, and every flicker of that celestial blue flame carries a message so deep it bypasses your mind entirely. It settles into the core of you. It tells you that you are standing in a moment many souls pass by without ever recognizing. It tells you that few ever come this close to a door designed specifically for their destiny. And it tells you that you are one breath away from stepping into something that will rewrite the map of your entire life. The light behind the doorway brightens again, stretching outward in soft waves that shimmer like ripples on water touched by the moon. Each wave carries warmth into the air around you, and with every inhale you can feel parts of your inner world shifting, not changing in small pieces but transforming entirely, like the soil inside you is being overturned, refreshed, made new. Your heart feels tender, raw, awakened, as if a part of you that had been asleep for years has finally opened its eyes. As you stand before this glowing threshold, memories continue to rise, not in chaos but in order, as if heaven is showing you a timeline of everything that shaped you. You see childhood moments where you sense something watching over you. You see the times in your life when you should have fallen but didn't. You see the moments when you felt an unexplained nudge forward. A voice you couldn't quite hear but somehow knew was real. You see the times you felt alone but were not. All those moments gather around you like stars forming constellations, and suddenly, the pattern becomes clear. You were never walking your story alone. You were always being guided, carefully, patiently, lovingly, toward this doorway. A soft tremor moves through the threshold, a vibration of divine timing, and it sends a quiet shiver through the air. Heaven is reminding you gently but unmistakably. The window is still open, but not indefinitely. You sense it in the way the light pulses, in the way time feels tight around the edges of the moment, in the way your spirit leans forward instinctively. This is a crossroads crafted with intention, a moment sculpted specifically for your soul's evolution, and as you stand on the edge of it, you feel something else rising inside you, courage. Not loud, aggressive courage. The quiet kind. The real kind. The kind that comes from truth, not adrenaline. Michael's wings expand very slightly, just enough to cast a warm, protective glow across your shoulders. It feels like stepping into the embrace of something ancient and unshakable. You sense his readiness, not to push you but to walk with you. He's not here as a guard keeping you out. He is here as the guardian who ensures no shadow can follow you in. He radiates a strength that fills the parts of you that once felt weak. He stands like the living symbol of the promise that you will not face the unknown alone. You exhale, and your breath feels lighter, cleaner, freer. Something deep inside you whispers that the moment is near. Not the moment of stepping through, that part will come, but the moment of choosing. The doorway glows brighter, swelling with anticipation. Heaven is listening. Heaven is waiting. Heaven is preparing. You can feel it now. Feel that what lies ahead is not just different, but divine. Not just new, but destined. Not just better, but beautifully, profoundly aligned with the truth of who you are. Stay till the end, something unbelievable is just ahead. My beloved child, the moment stretches before you like the thin edge between worlds. One foot rooted in everything you have known, the other hovering at the edge of everything you were meant to become. The golden glow from the heavenly doorway has grown so bright now that it no longer seems to shine toward you. It feels as though it is shining from within you, revealing layers of your spirit you never realized existed. The air is warm, alive, humming with a vibration that feels deeply familiar, almost as if this is not the first time your soul has stood before such a threshold. Perhaps in a place beyond memory, beyond time, beyond the boundaries of your earthly life, your spirit has tasted this moment before. Archangel Michael stands beside the doorway, and the transformation in his presence is impossible to ignore. His wings seem larger, more expansive, as if the nearness of your decision has awakened another level of his guardianship. The golden fire woven into each feather flickers gently, casting soft rays across your face. His eyes, those eternal, unwavering blue flames, hold so much depth that for an instant it feels as though you are gazing into the history of your entire soul. There is no judgment there, no disappointment, only recognition, only pride, only a quiet, unshakable belief in who you truly are. The world behind you grows faint, muffled, distant. You can still sense it, but only as an echo, like a place you once lived, but can no longer return to in the same way. The heaviness of your past. The loops of old pain, the echoes of fear that used to drag at your heels, they all feel strangely weightless now. You have stepped far enough into the light that those old shadows cannot cling to you the way they once did. They are still visible, but no longer powerful, still remembered, but no longer defining. You are standing in the purest form of transition, where the past loosens its grip, but the future is not yet fully open. This in-between is sacred, precious. There, Michael shifts slightly, not to move closer, but to give you an unobstructed view of the doorway itself. The golden seam widens one final time, and this time, the view beyond the threshold begins to take shape. Not clearly, but enough for your soul to understand. You don't see buildings or landscapes or faces. You see light, living, breathing light, stretching into a horizon that moves like a gentle wave. In that light, you sense freedom. You sense healing. You sense purpose that isn't forced, but natural. You sense the version of yourself that has been waiting on the other side of change. The door hums softly, emitting a pulse that travels through your skin, through your ribs, through your heart. It is a pulse of invitation, not command. It is heaven whispering, "You are ready, you are worthy, you are chosen." And then something unexpected happens. The light touches your chest again. But this time it doesn't stop at the surface. It sinks deeper, moving into a place inside you that you rarely acknowledge, the place where your true identity sleeps. A place untouched by doubt. A place untouched by trauma. The place untouched by everything the world tried to convince you you were. In that place, a truth ignites quietly, but powerfully. You were never meant to walk a small story. You were never meant to settle for the dim version of your life. You were never meant to remain ordinary. You were always meant for the extraordinary. The golden wind brushes against your face, and it carries a scent you cannot place, yet somehow know. It smelled like something ancient and familiar. Something like destiny. It stirs something deep within you, something strong, brave, unhidden. You feel your breathing shift, becoming steadier, fuller, as if your lungs are learning a new kind of air. And for the first time in what feels like forever, you sense your heart lifting instead of sinking, rising instead of folding inward, opening instead of shrinking back. Michael's wings unfold slightly, not to signal urgency, but to express readiness. He is prepared to walk with you the moment you step forward. He is prepared to fight for you, guide you, protect you. He is prepared to shield the path ahead so that no shadow attempts to follow you into what rightfully belongs to you. The completeness of his presence radiates something ancient and comforting, an assurance that heaven does not lead you into battles you were not built to win. You feel your toes press against the warm ground that borders the threshold. Just one step more and your life will shift in a way you will never be able to fully explain to others. But you will feel it. Every day. In every breath. In every decision that becomes easier, lighter, clearer. In every moment where peace replaces confusion. In every breakthrough that begins unfolding like a chain of divine timing. And then, as if guided by a force deeper than thought, you lift your chin. The light that touches your face feels like the first sunrise after a lifetime of nights. Your heart steadies into a rhythm that feels ancient and new at the same time. And something inside you whispers, not out of pressure, not out of fear, but out of awakening. It's time. The doorway responds instantly. The light grows brighter, richer, stronger. Yet it doesn't blind you. It welcomes you. It receives you. It opens wide, not as an entrance, but as an embrace. And for a moment, you feel heaven exhale. As though the realms beyond the physical world have been waiting for this exact alignment. This is the moment your soul has been walking toward your entire life. This is the moment written into your spirit before you ever arrived on earth. This is the moment everything changes. Not because of magic, but because of choice. Because of willingness. Because of the courage to say yes to the life you were created for. And as you stand at the edge of the threshold, the light rising, the doorway expanding, and Michael standing guard with a quiet pride that shakes the air, you know you are ready. The door is open and the heavens are waiting for your step.